Well, hello everybody. It's Miss Ginny again from the Rotary Children's Library in Drayton Valley, and welcome to our afternoon crafting with Ginny at 3:30. So today our craft is going to be all about a haunted house. We're going to be making a haunted house. I've already made an example of one. Ooh, spooky. So, what you're going to need for this craft, first thing you want to have, of course, is some newspaper, because it's kind of messy. You're doing some painting, you're going to be doing some gluing. And I would also make the suggestion that you have maybe a silver tray or a plate or something that you can paint your popsicle sticks on, because you're going to need 9 of the big popsicle sticks. And you're going to need quite a few of these. I say at least maybe 6 for sure, but maybe I did a few extra in black. I did 12 of these little ones. So these are the wider, bigger ones, and these are the little ones. So you need 6 of the little ones for sure, but definitely do some extras because you may need them. And I did that too. So the other thing you're going to need is you're going to need some construction paper. You don't need much, just one green piece of paper and a little bit of yellow. And see that we have a participant joining here, so I'm just going to welcome them in. All right, so continue on. Hi, everybody. It's Miss Ginny from the Rotary Children's Library. Hi, just repeating myself here. It's Miss Ginny from the Rotary Children's Library. Today we are going to be making a haunted house for Crafting with Ginny. And this is our program every Tuesday at 3:30. So I would suggest for your supplies that you get yourself some newspaper, because we're going to be painting, so you want to make sure you have that. It's a bit messy. And here's another tip. I would have a silver tray or a plate or something that you can paint your popsicle sticks on, because you don't want them to stick to the paper, because they will stick to the newspaper. And all the instructions are on our website. If you go under programs, regular programs, and then program schedule and links, you can print off the instructions there. So the other thing you're going to need is the popsicle sticks. You're going to need 9 of these larger ones. And you really need 6 for sure of the smaller ones, but I did about 6 more as extras, just because I found I needed a bit more. So the other thing you're going to need, as I mentioned before, is some construction paper, some green and some yellow. You don't need very much of them, just a little bit. And of course, with painting, you're going to want paint brushes. I found with the popsicle sticks, I used these foam brushes here, and I really liked those because it was a lot easier. It didn't leave streaks on my popsicle sticks, so I liked that. Now, the other thing you might want to have handy is a container with water to put your paintbrushes in. And of course, a couple of paint trays. You're going to be painting with purple paint. This is acrylic paint, and black. Now, you can make your haunted house whatever color you want. I chose dark purple and black because it shows up really nicely. The other thing you're going to want, you can use regular glue, white glue, or tacky glue, or I'm going to be using today a hot glue gun, because I find with glue sticks, because I find that that goes a little faster for me when I'm doing my video, and it just works better for me. So the other thing that you're going to maybe want, you don't have to have, but you could have a glue stick too. That will work fine. So I'm just clearing my table here so that we can get started with our haunted house. All right, you also need a pair of scissors, of course, because you're going to be cutting some things. And the other thing you're going to need is I've got a bag of Halloween foam stickers. You can even use just regular stickers from a box. I've got a few different ones. So you're going to need some Halloween stickers. And the other thing I would suggest is maybe have a black tip pen like a Sharpie or a marker handy, because you might want to use that too. Again, this is up to you how you're going to do your house, but you'll want to have that stuff available. So because I'm doing a video and it takes time for them to dry the popsicle sticks, you're going to want 2 of your large sticks. You want to paint them black. So once you've done that, I painted, like I said, 6 for sure of the small popsicle sticks, but I did some extras as well, because I'm not going to waste these. I'm going to use them for another craft anyway. I need them. So, you know, it'd be good to have maybe 10 or 12 of these little ones. So I painted those ahead of time, as well as I painted all the other craft sticks, 7 of them, that dark purple. So I wanted to have those painted as well. So the first step that you're going to do here is you are going to take your purple. I'm going to move my computer down a bit so you can see what I'm doing on my desk. You don't have to look at my face so much. You can look at the craft that I'm doing. So your first step is to take your 6 large purple, once you've painted them and they're dry, popsicle sticks, and decide which is going to be the front or the back, because this is going to be your back that you're gluing something on. And you just line them up beside each other. You want them to be really close and tight, kind of lined up fairly evenly, so there's no spaces between them. You might see a little bit, but just line them up so that they are like a fence. That's what I call it, or a gate. Just line them up like that. Now you're going to take one of your black popsicle sticks and you're going to glue it to the top. Remember, this is the back side of your popsicle, your house. So you're going to glue it to the back, or back on the top, and you're going to glue one black one, small one, to the bottom. So again, I'm going to use my hot glue gun. Do not use these by yourself. Remember, have adult supervision if you're using a hot glue gun. You can use regular glue. It just takes a little longer to dry, so that's why I'm using the hot glue gun today. So just put it near the top across, because you're trying to hold them together, and press it down. Now you may need to put a bit more glue on there, like I might need to here. I'm just moving mine up a little bit. Now you take the second black small popsicle stick, and you're going to glue that near the bottom, just across. That's to hold it together. So it's just it's kind of to finish what I call the gate, to hold it together. Again, you might need a little bit more glue if it's not quite covering enough. Once you've done that, and you can see that I need a bit more glue because my one side here isn't quite stuck. So if that's the case, put a bit more glue on, let it dry. Make sure that it's glued on. When you flip it over, you'll know which ones didn't stick. So then you can stick them on a little bit better. Put a bit more glue on, onto the black popsicle stick that you had there. Okay. So once you've got that all in place, there's some strings from that glue gun. Don't worry about those, just pull the strings off. It looks kind of like a gate. So it's all together like that. So now your next step that you want to do, like I said, you would have glued those on to begin with and then painted them, but I painted mine ahead of time. You can do that as well. If you want to paint first, then go right ahead. I just found it easier to do it that way, but you can certainly glue them together first as when they're white and then paint them after. Now, once we're gonna now make the roof. So now we need the roof of the house. So we're going to take our two big popsicle sticks that we painted black, and we're going to put some glue on there because we're gluing them to each other to begin with. And then we're going to glue them onto the part of the house. So you want it to be glued like an A to make the rooftop. And then you're going to put some glue onto your purple popsicle sticks, so your house, and you're going to stick that roof onto there. So you're going to put it just on the ends here, just so you can stick on your black, big black. Because you want it to look like a roof. Again, if you have strings, if you're using a hot glue gun, just pull the strings off. So now this is where it gets a little bit fun and tricky at the same time. You're just going to be putting your small popsicle sticks in. You're going to be gluing them on. So I would suggest that you take, like you did the big ones, put some glue on the end of one of the popsicle sticks and stick the other end to it and then fit it in. You're doing A's. So again, you want to put some glue underneath on the purple house, on those popsicle sticks, to stick those little A frames, I want to call them. Looks like the letter A. This is for the roof of your house. Okay, that's why I did some extra black ones. So now I'm going to do another row, same thing, only this time I'm going to make it a little shorter. Because we're moving downward, they're gonna get smaller and smaller and smaller. So this is where the tricky part is. You can just kind of measure it. And if you want, you can take a pen or something and just kind of mark where you want to cut. Because you're going to have to cut them. Or you can just move them in and glue them underneath like that. So let's just take it in, glue another black popsicle stick on top of the other one like an A shape. Now we can just push it in there. Starting to look like a house. Make sure to spread it out so that it's glued on and there's no spaces there. Now you can make them shorter if you want to. I might just do that. I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to cut mine a little bit shorter. So you take, it's hard to cut with scissors on popsicle sticks, but you can do it. Just be careful because they can break. They might splinter just a little bit. So I want to make mine a little bit shorter. So I'm going to cut off that end that I glued. And then I'm going to glue them together. You make them whatever length you want. This is your house. You're designing it the way you want. So you can see that I'm going to put some glue on the ends here so it sticks to the purple popsicle sticks. And I'm going to just kind of tuck it in there a little bit. There. So it's starting to look like a roof. I've got all of these strings from my glue gun. So now we're going to do another one there at the top that's going to be even shorter. This is why I was saying you need extra popsicle sticks. So now I'm going to make another A-frame, and it's going to be even shorter than that. So you could do about 4 or 5 layers. It's totally up to you. So far I've got the big popsicle sticks, and I've got 1, 2. I'm going to do a 3rd layer here. I might even do a 4th layer. So now I'm going to cut these even shorter. So you can measure, bring your thing up and just measure a little bit like this. Cut at an angle really carefully so you're not breaking the stick. I'm going to measure it this way as well so that they're the same distance apart. And now I'm going to glue them together again, just like I did the other ones, to make like an A. And now I'm going to glue these ones on. Just going to tuck it a little bit and glue these onto my house. Onto the purple. Oops, my glue was dripping there. I don't want that there. Okay. Okay, let's just get all these extra strings off that my glue gun leaves, so it looks a little nicer. So you can see we've got the rooftop. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to cut out 2 small squares of your construction paper for your windows. And what I would suggest, once you have those cut out, take your black felt marker or your Sharpie and just do a plus sign in the middle of them so it looks like a window. So right in the center, 1 line down and 1 line across, just like that, so it looks like a window. So do that with both of them. 1 line down, 1 line across, so like a plus sign. Just like that, or it looks like a present. You could look at it that way. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to glue on our windows, and we want to have them a little bit apart because we have to leave room for the door down here. And we also have to remember that we might want to put popsicle sticks, little ones, around the windows to frame the windows. Now you don't have to do that. That's just a suggestion. So I am going to use my glue stick because this is construction paper and it should stick okay, hopefully, to those purple part of the house, the big popsicle sticks on the purple part of the house. So make sure you've got about the same distance on both sides for your windows. So I'm leaving a little space on either side. Remember, you're going to have the door in the middle. So you want to remember that that's going to go there. And your door is going to be green. So you can cut your green door out. You just need a rectangle shape. I'm going to move that one in just a little. So now you can see there's the start of the windows. Now we want to just put our door there so that we know where our door frame is going to go. All right, so I'm going to glue my door on. If you want, you can draw a little door handle on your door with your felt pen, just like I did. And then put some glue on the back of that. I'm just using my glue stick again. And I'm going to glue my door on right underneath the windows, sort of in the center of the house. Okay, I got to put a bit more glue on my window because it wasn't sticking too well to the popsicle stick. So if you find that, just put a bit more glue on, or I could use my hot glue gun too, that would work. Now, again, it's up to you whether you want to frame around the door like I did here, and around the windows. So that requires you to cut. So again, it's cutting popsicle sticks. That's why I painted extras. You're going to need 4 little short ones around the windows, and you're going to need 3 little pieces around the door. So I'm just going to measure here, cut. So I'm holding it up by the window, just cutting where I think it might go. And then I'm going to just use that measurement and cut another little piece for the other side. So now I'm going to use my hot glue gun and I'm going to glue those on to around the window. So I'm going to need to cut 2 more pieces because there's 4 sides to a window. So that took 1 popsicle stick to do those 2 pieces. So now I'll use another popsicle stick, and I may as well measure. Let's just see. These are going to have to be a bit longer. So I did the 2 bottom parts of that window. And then I'm going to measure, and I'm going to do let's see, right there. So right about, let's see here, right here. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I've cut the popsicle sticks to the length that I want for the other 2 sides of my window. And then I'm going to glue those on. So as you can see, it's not too hard. You just have to be patient when you're cutting these popsicle sticks not to break them. They might break, and if they do, then just go ahead and cut out some other ones. So you can see the difference between when you frame the picture with popsicle sticks and when you don't. So I'm going to frame my pictures. Again, I'm going to do the same thing, measure, cut out the top and bottom sides. So this will require 2 popsicle sticks. All right, so now I'm going to glue those around the picture, around the window, on the top and the bottom. Being careful not to burn myself with my glue gun. So that's framing that nicely. So now I'm going to measure the other side. And cut it out. And then glue it on just like I did the other window. Same idea. All right. Now I'm going to glue this one on, and the windows are almost done. Lots of strings from my... Now, you can leave your door like that, or you can frame around it if you want. So you're going to need 3 sides. I think it looks nice when the black is on the purple like that and it gets framed around. So I'm going to measure that, cut it, and I'm going to glue that on. And I see my piece just went flying, so I'm going to pick it up and use it. because there's no sense wasting if you don't have to. So I'm going to glue my two sides on, and then I'll do the top and the bottom of the door frame. This time I'm just putting it right on the popsicle sticks there. You can do it either way, put it on the black popsicle stick and then frame it that way, or you can just put it on the purple popsicle sticks and then glue it on that way. So now I measured again for the top. Now I only needed 3 because I don't need anything for the bottom. So I only needed 3 pieces because I just had the 2 sides and the top for the door frame. I'm going to stick that on. And you can see it looks so much better when it's framed because it stands out more. It's totally up to you. If you don't want to be that fussy with it, don't worry about it. So now you get to use your foam stickers. So I think I am going to put a ghost. I have some ghosts. Mine are peel-on stickers. So I'm going to put a ghost right down near the bottom here. And I am going to peel off the back of this bat and put that in the window frame so that he looks like he's flying near the window. And then there's one that's a cat. I think I'm going to put a black cat. I have these wonderful foam stickers. If you don't have those, just use regular stickers. So the cat can be in your window frame. Now, my window is pretty small. My cat's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. And if you're using regular stickers like these that I have, oh, you might want to put something on your door, maybe. Or maybe you want to put something down. You could use regular stickers instead of foam stickers. I just find the foam ones stand out. You could put, you could put a hat on there. Whatever you want. It could say Happy Halloween. Or maybe you have some pumpkin stickers. I just don't happen to have any pumpkin stickers that are foam. So I'm going to put a little pumpkin right beside. And that is my haunted Halloween house. Now you can put one more set in there if you want for the rooftop to cover that in, or you can put some other sticker in there if you want near the top. You know what? I have a yellow foam moon. I think I'm going to put that on my house because it's maybe going to look kind of cool. I like that. Look at that. There's my haunted house. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have as much fun as I did. Please join me tomorrow when we do musical theater at 10:30 in the morning, and we will be singing some songs and probably have a puppet or two in on that. And then in the afternoon, so that's at 10:30 tomorrow. That's Wednesday, the 14th of October. And then in the afternoon at 3:30, I have, we are doing let me just look here. Oh yes, we are doing a witch on a broom. So that's our paper magic craft that we're going to be doing. That program is called Paper Magic. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you tomorrow morning. Have fun making your craft. If you've made it, make sure you send it to me at Ginny Johnson gjohnson@DraytonValleyLibrary.ca. Thank you again. Bye.